D2 Word Life here with Rip Gunther Lover Tides.
No, it's D2 who had technical difficulties with 4 different apps versus one person. And Gunther's sex toy.
Yeah, no. Well, the technical issue's correct. We'll get into that later, but the second one you said, hell no. Hell no, that's you.
Nope.
Just because I have 6 legendary Gunther cards on Slam app doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
And over half of them are from you, motherfucker.
The majority of them were from me.
But we ain't here to talk about our freaking goddamn card collection on Slam app. Even though to some that may be an interesting topic. We're here to talk about SummerSlam 2026 both nights. So yeah, this may be one long review, but hey, we're gonna try to get through all 12 of these matches.
And the reason why we're doing it instead of doing it in 2 reviews like we normally would is because all the matches were short.
Yeah, except for like 2 of them, and obviously those 2 being the world title matches from both shows, both nights, right, respectively. And this event took place on August 1st and August 2nd, 2026, in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the U.S. Bank Stadium. The night 1 attendance was reported to be 35,759, while the night 2 attendance was reported to be 32,293, with a combined freaking attendance for both nights of 68,052 fans in attendance. Either way, both nights had a sea of people. Right?
Yeah.
And the commentators for this event was Wade Barrett and your boy Michael Cole, who you want to see come out of retirement to fight Gunther wearing that orange singlet.
I know you do, but I think it would be fucking funny as hell.
We know you want to see that again. Nobody else does, except for you.
Yes, you do.
Hell no, I don't.
Yes, you do. Just like you want to have a Steiner mouth tattoo.
Oh, you do? No, we all know you want that. And yeah, more on that later, maybe. Right? And the ring announcer for both nights was Alicia Taylor. So yeah, night 1 kicked off with America the Beautiful being sang by, what was it, Triple H and Stephanie's oldest daughter making her first appearance on TV. I forget what her name was. Right? I forget what her name was. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do research and feel like a fool later, but I don't care to look it up.
Something Vaughn.
Yeah. According to rumors. Right?
Let's see.
Whatever her name is, I don't know. I didn't see that part.
Just give me a second.
Well, he's looking that up. I'm gonna tell you how. It's like, I thought both nights were okay, but you know that'll be. But you'll get my in-depth freaking like ratings later. Hold on, people. We're having
One Evelyn Lavec.
Yeah. So yeah, Triple H and Stephanie's oldest daughter freaking saying America the Beautiful at the start of the start of night 1. Right?
Yes. Daughter of Stephanie and Triple H. Evelyn Vahel Evelyn Lovac sang America the Beautiful at SummerSlam 2026, marking her official WWE TV debut. She is the daughter of WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
If she's the oldest one, that's the one Stephanie was pregnant with 20 years ago. Cheat on TV.
Yes.
Jesus. Right? Damn,
That's
time,
the one where
time flies. I even remember that.
That's the one where they were literally finding out who her father was.
Wait a minute. Was that the one Stephanie was pregnant with when Vince was like, let's do an incest angle? And Stephanie was like, no.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, that was 20 years ago. How the hell do I remember that? I'm old. Right?
That was the whole thing with the 20 years ago, fucking in 2006, when they fucking were finding out who the fuck Stephanie McMahon's child was.
Yeah, and then Triple H had to freaking come out dressed like Vince, I believe the following week or whatever.
Yeah, oh, he must have a pad. What?
I'd be like, yeah, remember that? Vince, him as Vince saying, yeah, I know I got a freaking goddamn I know I have a freaking goddamn jackhammer or whatever, but that guy, he's got a bazooka. I'm like, dude, you're putting yourself over. Too much.
Give me a second, I'm going to mute myself because my brother's calling me for something.
Yeah, but anyway, we see the opening video package for night one. Superstars arriving to the arena like usual. And the hype package promoting night one. Then we go into the first match of the night, which was for the Women's World Championship. It was Women's World Champion Liv Morgan defending against Io Sky, who got this opportunity winning the Queen of the Ring tournament. And honestly, no offense to Liv Morgan here, she's won the women's title, but up to this point, she had no defenses, though not through any fault of her own. So yeah, both women made their entrances here. The crowd was hyped up for this one. Io Sky got the advantage in the early going. It was like, but also broke down to a back and forth. Eventually halfway through the match, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez came out to cause a distraction, which, when they shoved Sky off the ropes, after Sky tried to do an aerial maneuver on the Morgan, only for Sky to take both of them out with a dive later on, taking them out of the equation. Of course, Morgan tried to capitalize and tried to hit the Oblivion on the freaking Sky, but Sky reversed it and hit an Oblivion of her own, only to get a 2 count. How humiliating would have been for Liv Morgan to lose her own maneuver.
Oh, it would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I know. But then Morgan eventually fought back, was able to nail the freaking Oblivion on the freaking Io Sky to get the pinfall win and retain the championship. Which I found kind of shocking because I thought Io Sky was going to take the win, but maybe this will open up a rivalry between the two going forward. Your thoughts on that?
Io Sky should have won, but she also fucking injured her leg when she hit the bullet train attack, and also was kind of injured after the fucking Judgment Day fucking interfered yet again!
Well, it was a Liv Morgan World Championship defense. The Judgment Day coming out to interfere is something that was to be expected. You and I both knew that going in. I mean, hell, the Judgment Day was instrumental in helping Raquel Rodriguez win the Women's Intercontinental title last week from Sol Ruca, so obviously the interference in this world title match was to be expected. But despite the interference, your thoughts on this back and forth opener?
Good.
So yeah, I thought it was okay. Io Sky, I believe, should have won it, but maybe this will open the door. Maybe the rivalry's not over, because I feel at some point Io Sky will get another crack at Liv Morgan, probably in the near future. Maybe with a stipulation of Judgment Day being banned from ringside or something to make it one-on-one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it was around at the start of this match. Yeah, when this match was starting and the entrances were going on, I didn't even know the show was starting at that point. I was literally about to just chill for another hour. I thought it began an hour later than it did, and then you were all calling me, "Hey, the show's starting right now." Right?
Yes.
And then there was some and I don't know if it's like this for everyone who has Disney Plus, but for me it kind of felt like, yeah, the freaking throughout night one, it seems like it kept freezing up like a couple of times, but then for the most part it was fine. I'll explain why this is relevant later. Why I bring that up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then we see the freaking yeah, we saw the freaking Usos and Jacob Fatu in the back getting ready for their 6-man tag, which was the next match on this card after an ad break, right? In this one, we saw a 6-man tag match. It was Royce Keys, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa taking on the Bloodline, which it was the Usos and Jacob Fatu. And this match was relatively a quick 6-man tag. Neither team had the advantage early in the going, but it really broke down after Royce Keys powerbomb Fatu into the timekeepers area. That was a great spot, right?
He didn't powerbomb him. He freaking power slammed him.
Yeah. I mean,
there's a difference between a power bomb and a power slam.
Yeah, and at one point, Keys did have Jacob Fatu up on his shoulders for slamming him down to the mat. Also,
yes, he did the gorilla. He did the freaking gorilla press slam, and he also hit him with Mark Henry's
world's strongest
slam.
You almost said gorilla plus slam. I'm like, said English there much? Right?
You're talking fast, dickhead.
And of course, the whole story going into this was Solo Sikoa going to turn on LA Knight's team and rejoin the Bloodline? Even I thought that was going to happen. And near the
fucking Solo did the rollback for the fucking yeet.
Yep. Oh yeah, right in front of Jay mocking Jay, who does that all the time, right?
Yes.
Which I'm pretty sure you found hilarious, right? Before those two started going at it. Of course, near the end of the match up here, the Usos were looking to hit the 1D. I believe it was on Night or some Solo came out. Solo freaking...
They were going... Jimmy and Jay were going to hit the 1D because after Jimmy hit the Uso splash on LA Knight freaking kicked out. So they're like, fuck it, we'll hit the 1D. So Jimmy tagged in Jay to hit the 1D. Solo jumped onto the freaking apron when Jimmy was
at his back to him
on the ropes, hit him with the Samoan spike, which
distracted Jay long
gave
enough.
Time for LA Knight to clear the cobwebs and hit the blunt force trauma
on Jay to win the match for his team. So LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa picked up the win in this one.
Also known as the BFT.
Yep. So yeah, your thoughts on this 6-man tag?
It was decent. I can see them doing it again.
And there was no heel turn from freaking Solo Sikoa. No bloodline reformation with Solo Sikoa here, like everyone thought was going to.
Solo told them on SmackDown that he was not joining Roman.
Yeah, but can you imagine if that actually did happen? A swerve that everyone saw coming.
Eh.
I mean, I get Solo act is a little bit funny. They're trying to turn him face, but well, technically he is a face now. But I don't know, man. He still has that heel tendency. You don't trust a snake, right? This coming from
You
someone
trust Randy, don't you?
This coming from someone who acknowledges the tribal chief, by the way. And I'm sitting here not talking about trusting Solo.
Yes.
Yeah, when you really wrap your mind around that, you can see why that's stupid and funny. Right? But yeah, I thought the match was okay for what it was. It wasn't the best six-man tag I've ever seen, but wasn't the worst match I've ever seen either.
It was decent.
Yeah. So we go on. So after another ad break and more advertising, whatever, that's the theme for this match. It was like match, ad break, match, ad break, match, ad break, long match, ad break. Right? And then the main event for night one, though. Yeah. So after another round of ads, we get to the next match of the night, which was SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis, or better known as Magnus, taking on Gunther. Reason I say Magnus because that was his name in TNA. Right?
Well, as everyone knows him when he was on the Indies as well, the national treasure, Nick Aldis.
Yep. So yeah, Gunther made his entrance first to a standing bovation. Everyone hated him. Nick Aldis, though, he came out. That guy hasn't missed a freaking day in the gym in his life.
Nope.
He still looked jacked as shit. Like he was years ago. Right?
Yep.
And I'm not talking about when he had his last match in like 2022 or 2023. I'm talking about back in his early TNA days in 2008, 2009. Still look jacked as shit. Right?
His last match was in NWA in 2024.
Yep. Yeah, and Gunther thought he was going to bully Nick Aldis into a freaking win. He thought it was going to be easy, but freaking Aldis battled back. Every time Gunther would chop Aldis would chop back and bring the fight to Gunther.
Yes.
Which, yeah, even impressed me. I'm like, huh? The ring general's that's when the ring general knows, well, I'm in a fight. Right?
Yeah, no, you fucking thought, oh, it's going to end quickly. That's why you picked. I'm like, no.
And of course, Gunther at one point got the advantage over Aldis on the outside, where freaking he mocked Aldis' wife and child. Oh, and for those who don't know, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows by now, Nick Aldis' wife is WWE veteran Mickie James. All right.
Yes.
But yeah, back in the ring, freaking Aldis freaking fought Gunther off, was able to apply the Kingsland Cloverleaf. Say that 5 times fast.
Kingsland Cloverleaf. Kingsland Cloverleaf. Kingsland Cloverleaf. Kingsland Cloverleaf 5 times, bitch.
But yeah, Nick Aldis got his Cloverleaf on to freaking Gunther, and Gunther looked like he was going to tap there for a second. Right? But eventually freaking Gunther got to the ropes, right? But then Gunther fought back, freaking applied the sleeper hold on to freaking Aldis, who, for Aldis credit, he actually reversed it into a sleeper of his own, right?
Aldis, not Aldis.
Well, Nick Aldis reversed the sleeper and Gunther's sleeper hold into one of his own.
Fucking Sid English much.
Yeah. That was a highlight. I'm just trying to freaking recall the important parts of this matchup, but eventually Gunther freaking managed to get up and reapply the sleeper hold again. And despite fighting valiantly, Aldis tapped out. Gunther won the match by submission, but you gotta hand it to Nick Aldis. He actually freaking put in a fight. against Gunther here, and was convincing that he was gonna win the match. Your thoughts on this one, despite you hating Gunther?
It was good for Nick Aldis.
And of course, I guess it was during the post show. I guess Aldis was handing his resignation papers only for Triple H to be like, nope, you're going to be returning back to your SmackDown general manager duty. That'll come into play later, literally the following night. Right?
Yes.
And of course, after the matchup, Nick Aldis freaking got a standing ovation with his wife and get in the ring. Right?
Yep.
Hey man, Nick Aldis proved everyone he still got it. Hell, he even got a "You Still Got It" chant too from the crowd during this match. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. That just means going out and even though he went out in defeat, he still got he still earned respect from the crowd. Right?
Yeah.
That just means sometimes you don't have to win the match for the fans to appreciate what you bring to the table. Right?
Yep.
Do I really need to say we got another round of ads here? Because that's pretty much what we got. We barely got any backstage segments to speak of. It was just all ad breaks and showing celebrities that were in the crowd.
You don't even have to fucking say the ad breaks. You just go to the next fucking match.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. The next match was the 6-women tag match. It was the Bella Twins and Paige taking on Fatal Influence, which was JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed.
Yes, and it's Fallon Henley.
Well, whatever. All 3 members of Fatal Influence were making their main roster pay-per-view debut or premium live event debut. I don't care what you call it. I still call them pay-per-views. All right? I'm old school like that. Right?
Well, that's because you have to still pay to view.
Yes, you gotta pay the freaking, streaming service to watch this. Right? But yeah, this one was just like the men's 6-man tag. It was relatively kept short, but oh boy. A lot of action in between it. In between bell to bell here, freaking Bella Twins attempted the double team Reed, but Hanley freaking pulled Reed out of the ring. And the action is totally irrelevant here. Freaking on the outside, I think it was JC Jane and Brie Bella fighting on the outside of the ring at one point.
Laney Reed and Brie Bella.
Or was Laney Reed and Brie Bella fighting on the outside?
It was Laney Reed and Brie Bella after freaking Laney tossed her into the freaking steps.
Yeah, and then freaking Laney freaking did the rolling maneuver into the steps. Whatever that
Cannonball.
Or cannonball into the steps. Right in the freaking Brie Bella's shoulder, and well, yeah, that's the story coming out of this. One of the stories coming out of this match, right? And if you notice, Brie Bella wasn't able to use her arm throughout the rest of the match, right? But in the end, Paige got tagged in. It's like Paige tagged in, but Henley distracted Paige, causing Jane to execute the rolling encore for the pinfall and the win. Fatal Influence got the win over the Bellas and Paige here. Before we talk about what happened after the match, your thoughts on their thoughts on the match, bell to bell, and what are some highlights that I may have missed?
They all had Nikki, Brie, and Paige all had matching outfits. The basically be one team where the chains were for Paige, the outfit was for Brie, and the name on the back of their outfits were for the wrestling gear was for Nikki.
Yep. So yeah, I mean,
and then Paige also saved Nikki from the fucking JC Jane.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, your thoughts on the Fatal Influence getting the win here? So, right.
I think it should have been the other ones that won, but that's just me.
But based on what we're about to talk about, what happened after the match, kind of makes sense that Paige took the pinfall loss. Because after the match, it looked like freaking the Bellas and Paige were embracing each other, only for freaking Nikki to attack Paige, thus the Bellas turning heel. And Brie freaking kind of joined in, but not really. Really can't do much with an injured arm. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they left Paige laying in the ring after a double team attack, mostly freaking Nikki beating the hell out of freaking Paige, targeting Paige's neck, pretty much saying, "You can't replace me," and all that. You know what I'm saying? And afterwards, freaking the Bellas made their way to the back, and yeah, after night one went off air, it was reported that Nikki or Brie Bella's shoulder is seriously injured, so yeah, Nikki Bella May came back.
Because she literally got fucking thrown into steel and then got her face and arm crushed on by fucking JC Jane.
Yeah, and I'm no doctor. I'm not in the medical profession, but I'm pretty sure Brie Bella's probably has a separated shoulder injury. Which sucks too, because yeah, we had Nikki Bella coming back from injury, and now her sister Brie is now injured. Figure that one out.
Yep.
Bad luck for the Bellas this year, I swear.
And the only reason why Nikki Bella attacked Paige is because she was upset that Brie and Paige won the women's tag team titles when she wanted to win the tag team with her sister, but she got injured.
And also, I originally think if it wasn't for Nikki Bella's injury, then the Bellas would have won the titles at WrestleMania. But then again, we wouldn't have had the return of Paige that night either. Right?
Yep.
So it's like, wow. Anyway, then we go on to the next match, which was for the WWE Championship. It was CM Punk defending against Cody Rhodes. And the backstory for this one is, yes, Sami Zayn did win the championship at Night of Champions a couple months back from Cody Rhodes, only to lose the championship 9 days later to Punk.
No. Which also, Finn had a...
Anyway,
Finn also had a gripe because he won the first Universal title match in 2014.
Yeah, and then
and then he gets to defend it because he got injured.
Well, in 2016, but you know what I mean.
2016, 10 years ago, whatever.
Yeah, and then Sami
And
Zayn.
who was the one that injured him?
It was Seth Rollins. Anyway, Sami Zayn wanted a rematch for the championship, which all result in, but Cody Rhodes also was the number one contender because he was owed a rematch for the WWE Championship against Punk here, setting up this dream match between the two. And then we went to Saturday night's main event where it was Zayn and Gunther teaming up to take on Rhodes and Punk. Stipulation being if Gunther and Zayn won, they'd be added to the match, making it a four-way, since Gunther also had a legit gripe to get a rematch for the W title, which Nick Aldis got involved. Punk and Rhodes won the match, keeping it a freaking night.
He had no gripe for
match.
Fucking getting a title match.
Well, I'm just saying that in storyline, that was the story they were telling.
He didn't even have a gripe. He just wanted everything handed to him.
Which
Sami Zayn was the only one at that point that actually had a gripe for the freaking title.
So yeah, this match was the longest match of the card. Both men making their entrances. Freaking Cody Rhodes coming out with a Street Fighter inspired entrance, considering he's one of the main stars for the new upcoming Street Fighter movie coming out in October, which you and I are going to be watching, right? And then CM Punk made his entrance. Both men got a standing ovation from the crowd. It the crowd kind of seemed split throughout the match of who they wanted to back, who they wanted to win, cheer for, right? And then, and CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, aka Beavis versus Butthead. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, Lord knows how to point that out in our little group chat, huh? So anyway, these two went back and forth after the bell. Neither man had the advantage for very long here. It kind of seems 50-50 split, right?
Yeah, well, CM Punk came out in gear that was literally celebrating his 20 years of professional wrestling in WWE.
Yeah, despite being gone for over a decade, but okay. I get that his debut was 20 years ago. I get that's what they were going for, right?
Yes.
Of course, Punk was freaking targeting Rhodes was targeting freaking Punk's knee throughout the matchup, considering Punk kind of injured it early on, right? Giving freaking Rhodes an advantage on trying to freaking target the leg, which we always say smart wrestling here, but Punk got the advantage, put freaking Rhodes on the announcer's table before trying to do an elbow drop off the top rope, which Rhodes got out of the way and Punk went crashing to the table. Right?
Yeah. And he hit his legs.
Yep. And of course, back in the ring, the referee got knocked out after freaking Cody attempted like a Cody cutter on the freaking Punk, but referee got hit instead. Because referees are born with glass bones and paper skin. It's the curse of that shirt. Right?
Yeah.
So the referee was down. Punk hit a GTS, but there was no referee to make the count. Right?
Yep.
And of course, Cody Rhodes then executed the crossroads, and Punk rolled onto the outside. And even if Punk was out in the middle of the ring, again, there'd be no referee to count the pinfall. And who returned at this point?
I hear voices calling.
Yeah. Randy Orton returned, got into the ring, and freaking he performed an RKO on the Rhodes. While the referee was still
Also, don't forget it. That wink before he fucking hit it.
Yep. Of course, the referee and Punk not seeing any of this. Punk got back into the ring, nailed one more GTS on the Rhodes, and that's when the ref and Punk made the pinfall. Got the pin, and that's when the referee slowly got back into the ring all days and did a freaking slow 3 count. All groggy, of course. He wasn't intending to screw Punk. And because of that, Punk retains the championship. Your thoughts on this? This was the longest match of the night, by the way. For night one.
It was good.
Yeah, I mean, it was somewhat of a tainted victory. Not intentionally. It's not like Punk and Orton have an alliance or anything, but it was just Orton coming out and getting revenge, screwing Rhodes out of the championship again. So yeah, unintentional interference really kind of soured it. Even though I understand the story they were telling. But, despite that, as a whole, like the action beforehand, I thought was on spot. You couldn't really tell exactly who was going to get the win here. Right?
No.
So yeah, your thoughts on it.
It was good.
Yeah, and was there any spots that I didn't talk about that stood out to you the most?
Not really.
Yeah, I think I pretty much hit a spot on here then. I thought it was okay, but then we go on to the main event of night one, which was the Hell in a Cell match between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. And of course, Brock Lesnar had Paul Heyman in his corner. Not that it really mattered, because Heyman was locked on the outside of the cell. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, the story going in this one, Obafemi defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and then Brock Lesnar defeated Obafemi at Night of Champions, I believe, or whatever, right? So they're both one apiece. Heading into this one, both men made their entrances here. And oh yeah, it was Obafemi who challenged Brock to Hell in a Cell after forfeiting his world title match that he earned by winning King of the Ring. Wait.
No.
But anyway, both men made their entrances here. Paul Heyman did Brock Lesnar's introduction, like usual, right?
Yep.
The match started, and of course, Lesnar got on offense first over Obafemi, nailing 3 German suplexes, which Obafemi freaking sold like you on 2K by getting right back up. You see what I did there? One of these days, I'm going to get him so dang ticked off that I'm going to have to play 2K with him again. Right? And then he'd be like, I'll show you no selling. What?
And you will still lose.
And then you'll be like, I'll show you no selling, you motherfucker. Right?
Exactly.
And of course, Oba nailed freaking Lesnar with a clothesline, sending him to the outside. Of course, Lesnar got the advantage, set up a table on the corner of the cell, and well, yeah, and then freaking Lesnar went. I think he was trying to whip Obafemi into the freaking like table, but Oba reversed it, and Lesnar went sailing to the table instead. Right?
Yep.
Of course, that didn't freaking really stop Lesnar, because Lesnar then nailed Obafemi with the steel steps in the ring. But then Oba fought back, was able to nail a chokeslam and a fall from Grace for a 2 count. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, while still in the pinning position, freaking Lesnar just freaking sat up and laughed like he did against The Undertaker in that match in 2015.
Yep.
And he freaking nailed freaking, I think it was like 3 F5s on the freaking Femi, which Femi kept getting up. Of course, after the last F5, freaking Brock went for the pinfall, but Femi kicked out. And just like in his match against The Undertaker in 2015's Hell in a Cell encounter that he had, Lesnar freaking ripped the ring mat apart, exposing the freaking boards, right? In the ring. And then what did Lesnar do to Obafemi?
He surprised everyone and hit Taker's tombstone.
Yep. Lesnar nailed the tombstone pile driver on Obafemi and even pinned him like The Undertaker does. Only for Femi to kick out at 2. And that shocked everyone, including freaking Lesnar. Right?
Yep.
So Lesnar was like, I'm going to pick up this chair and do more damage to Femi with it, only for Femi to punch it out of Lesnar's hand, shocking him, right?
Yep.
And then Femi nailed freaking one more fall from Grace on the Lesnar and got the 3 count. Your thoughts on this?
It was decent, just not long enough for me. It literally could have been more violent of a freaking Hell in a Cell, but
I feel the same, but it did the job it needed to do, which was put Obafemi over as the next big thing. Right?
Still could have been more.
And of course, after the match, when the Hell in a Cell structure was risen upward, which, let's face it, if it was going to be this short, it didn't need the Hell in a Cell structure. It could have just been a standard no-holds-barred encounter. Right? When you really think about it, but, beggars can't be choosers here. After the match, freaking Lesnar got on the mic. After Oba was celebrating his victory, he goes, "No, Oba, come here." Freaking Lesnar extended his hand to Obafemi. It's like shook his hand, gave him an embracing hug, and said, "Yep, I am the past, and he is the future before leaving, right? So Lesnar endorsed Obafemi in this moment. Your thoughts on that post-match angle?
It was okay. Could this be the end of career? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, because the rumor since January has been that freaking Brock Lesnar's thinking about retiring after SummerSlam, which that came and went. So I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Is Brock Lesnar deciding to hang up the boots, or will Brock Lesnar return for another freaking match come Royal Rumble? I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. And even if Brock does retire, it doesn't matter. He accomplished everything in his career. He's a surefire first-class Hall of Famer at this point, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that was the main event of night 1. Now we get to talk about night 2. Which night 2 freaking kicked off with Darius Rucker singing America the Beautiful, country singer.
It wasn't even America the Beautiful.
Well, or the national anthem, whatever.
Right? It was the national anthem. Get it straight.
Whatever. I don't pay attention to this shit. And then night 2 was and then we see the video package with night 2 after seeing the superstars arrive at the arena like usual, and then it was very interesting. Night 2 started off with the number 1 contenders match for the WWE Championship. It was Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor, right?
Oh wait, there's
or so you thought, or so we thought. Both Sami Zayn and Finn Balor made their entrances, and when the match was about to start, Nick Aldis, who lost to Gunther the night before and was reinstated as SmackDown General Manager, came out and was like, you know what? I'm gonna add to this match. So
that was like, I made an executive decision. It's now going to be a triple threat with this participant.
And it was Gunther once again, and everyone was pissed off.
And he didn't need to fucking be in the match.
And everyone was pissed off about that. And I'm just like, why is Gunther in this match? Jesus Christ. The man who actually beat Nick Aldis the night before.
He's like, oh, wait. There's more. I didn't just say that there was one participant. I made another executive decision. And it is this man.
And then who came out?
Fucking KO came out to make his WWE return after a year and a half of neck surgery.
Yeah, so Kevin Owens was the 4th one out, and everyone was happy about this. And when I see Kevin Owens, I'm just like, yeah, I feel sorry for Zayn and freaking Balor, because I knew at that point none of those two were winning this match, right?
Yep.
So yeah, our freaking predictions be damned, right?
Well, we should be getting the coins at some freaking point today. Or tomorrow, whenever the fuck that they want to release them.
Yeah, and Finn Balor Kevin Owens looked like a house of fire, taking out Gunther and Balor at the start, with Sami Zayn just sitting there shocked, right?
Because he fucking literally ate a fucking drop kick and was like, yummy.
Yeah, Sami Zayn at the start was just sitting there shocked, seeing Kevin Owens dominate Gunther and Balor. And then, because the history freaking Zayn and Owens have, right?
Yep.
And then, yeah, Zayn and freaking Owens actually freaking hugged each other in the middle of the ring before those two started freaking, like, nailing each other in the face. Like two friends fighting over the last beer at the bar. Right?
Yeah.
But eventually Owens got the advantage over that. over Zayn that way, but eventually Owens was taken out. Was taken out for a little bit. And then freaking Gunther put Zayn in the sleeper hold, but Balor broke that up with a coup de grace and attempted to pin, but Owens freaking attacked Balor.
It's a coup de grace.
The coup de grace, but Owens broke it up. And then Owens freaking responded by nailing the stunner.
It wasn't Owens that broke it up. It was Gunther that hit Finn Balor in the back of the head with 2 fingers.
Yep. Yeah, but either way, Owens freaking nailed stunners on both Balor and Gunther. And of course, at one point, I think Owens was trying to do attempting a Swanton bomb on the freaking Zayn from the top rope, but Zayn reversed it by getting the knees up and nailing freaking Owens in the back, which, yeah, they made you believe he got nailed in the neck, right?
He did get hit in the neck.
And of course, Zayn tried to capitalize. Of course, Owens fought back, attempted a stunner on Zayn, but Zayn reversed it and nailed the Blue Thunder Bomb on the freaking Owens. Did it work? No. It never does, except for in Saudi Arabia, apparently.
Yes, it did.
Nope, freaking Owens kicked out.
I gave him a 2 count. Still worked.
Yeah, but it didn't give him the pinfall win, right?
That don't matter. You still gave him a 2 count. That still did something.
And of course, it was at this point near the end of the match, with Balor and Gunther taken out, Zayn attempted to nail the haluva kick on Owens, but Owens freaking reversed it by nailing Zayn in the chin with a kick instead. Right? Which allowed...
Yeah, he hit him with the super kick.
Yep, which Owens then nailed Zayn with a stunner of his own to win the match. And become number 1 contender for CM Punk's WWE Championship. Your thoughts on this?
It was good. It was nice to see him come back. It was even better to see him win, but did I want to see a one-on-one with Finn Balor and Sami Zayn? Yes, because those two literally had a legitimate argument that they never got their fair shake at the WWE title.
Yeah, but instead of that, we got a treat, because now we got a WWE title match coming up between CM Punk and Kevin Owens.
Yes.
Which to some, that is a dream match, not gonna lie. Right?
Yes.
And then maybe Zayn and Finn Balor can have a proper one-on-one number 1 contenders match to face the winner of that one in the future. Who knows? Right? But yeah, it was good to see Kevin Owens back and get a win here. And then we go on to your favorite match. It was Baron Corbin challenging for the United States Championship against the champion, Trick Williams, in that fuzzy title belt.
Disgrace of a belt.
And Trick Williams had his freaking manager, Little Dickhead. Little Yachty next to him. With him.
They do not need to have fucking Little Yachty in the damn matches. I'm sorry.
I mean, what? You like that fuzzy U.S. title. You said you wanted a replica of it.
Hell no. You're the one that wants it so you can give it a blow drying.
No, that's why you want it. You said you always wanted a championship that required you to blow dry it every day to keep it in shape.
Nope.
I cracked myself up. Right. But anyway, this was Baron Corbin's, I believe, first match back since returning. And he was already embarked in this feud with Trick Williams and his fuzzy championship. Right?
No.
And of course, at the beginning of the match was kind of back and forth here. Williams got the advantage, but Corbin got the advantage after raking Williams in the eye. And of course, Here's the highlight of why I called Lil Yachty Little Dickhead. As soon as freaking Corbin ran the ropes, he got nailed with a kendo stick behind the referee's back by Little Dickhead, I mean Lil Yachty. Right?
Yep.
And there was already a table set up on the outside. Right?
Yep.
And of course, Corbin fought back, was able to grab the fuzzy belt, you know, the belt replica that you want.
Nope.
And he was gonna and Corbin was gonna nail freaking Williams with it, but Yachty grabbed the belt to confront Corbin, which Corbin made Williams inadvertently run into Yachty, thus putting him through the table. Right?
Yep.
That was set up on the outside of the ring. And Williams was like, oh shit. Right?
Yep.
Which led to Corbin nailing a belt shot on the friggin' Williams. That and then afterwards, Corbin nailed the end of days to Williams to get the pinfall win. And win the United States Championship in the process. Your thoughts on this?
It was decent. It was a good match, and it was nice to see Corbin back.
Yes, and now Corbin is the U.S. champion. That means the U.S. Championship can now get a shave, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I literally wrote that in our little group chat, and you freaking lost your shit with laughter. And now we have the 5-way ladder match for the interim women's championship, since the current WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley is out with a knee injury. For some reason, they didn't strip her the title. They're just like, let's just have an interim women's championship.
They're not going to freaking strip her of the title just for a knee injury.
Let's just have an interim women's champion. That way, when Rhea Ripley's ready to go, she can actually defend the title in a title unification with the interim women's champion. So I think that's a story they're trying to play long term. Right?
No.
Yeah, and the participants won qualifying matches on SmackDown to get to this ladder match, and the participants were Women's U.S. Champion Tiffany Stratton, Last Legend, Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, and Chelsea Green. You say it better than I do.
Chelsea Green!
And obviously, I don't need to explain how a ladder match works. But everyone knows, to win a ladder match, you gotta climb the ladder and retrieve the object. In this case, the title hanging above the ring, right?
No.
So after all the entrances were made, with Charlotte Flair's entrance, she was wearing ring attire for late super fan, right?
Yep.
Which I thought that was a nice touch. Friggin' Charlotte and Cargill went at the start on the entrance ramp while all hell broke loose in the ring, right?
Yep.
And of course, after a bunch of hard-hitting action, which I can't go over spot for spot because this video will be longer than intended, right? Friggin' Tiffany Stratton, like in the middle of the match, Tiffany Stratton was on top of the ladder, looked like she was going to retrieve the championship, only for Chelsea Green to look up and be like, "I'm sorry," and said the words, "I'm sorry to do this," since Stratton and Green have been tag team partners in recent weeks. So Green tipped the ladder over, which caused Stratton to fall on the other competitors, so everyone was laid out. Right?
Well, also, her and freaking Tiffany double teamed everyone too.
Yeah, before that spot, right? So with everyone laid out, freaking Chelsea Green took the ladder, was climbing up to the top of it, but then who ran out? B-Fab and Meechin ran out.
And B-Fab.
Yeah, they ran out freaking to stop Green from grabbing the championship. and pretty much dangle Green upside down. And this was earlier in the match. I forgot to mention, but earlier in the match, Chelsea Green took a jaded onto a ladder, right?
Yeah.
Which that looked nasty. But yeah, Green was just hanging upside down on the ladder in the Tree of Woe position. And at this point, I was thinking, well, that was a great tease, but realistically, we knew Chelsea Green wasn't going to win this match, right? Yeah. And of course, freaking BFAB and Meechin were freaking dealt with by Flair, right? So at this point, Flair and Cargill were set up two ladders, and they climbed the respective ladders next to each other. Was fighting on the top of it. I'm thinking, okay, realistically, I knew it was going to be Cargill or Flair to take the win here. So obviously, this ain't going to be shocking at all. But then something happened, right? Freaking Flair and Cargill fought each other, and both of them knocked each other off the ladder, right? And this was the end of the match. And then all of a sudden, Chelsea Green just sprung back to life and was able to climb up the ladder. Everyone else was down at this point again. And what did we see? Chelsea Green actually grabbed the championship and won the interim women's championship here. In a moment that I thought would never happen. Hell, even in my prediction, I was like, yeah, it would be great to see, but that's not going to happen. Right?
And what happened? It did.
So, first of all, your thoughts on this match. Yeah, an unexpected winner, that's for dang sure. I didn't. Be honest with yourself. Did you believe that Chelsea Green had a chance in hell of winning the match?
Yes.
No, you didn't. You said Flair or Cargill too. Right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Should we go back to the predictions?
I literally said it'd be to be announced. Because I'd have to find out who was the last. And you never asked me again.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and I was predicted fucking Cargill or freaking Flair to win it. But, yeah.
You're the one that said Cargill or Flair. I didn't say shit.
Of course, to be fair, when we did make our predictions, only 4 of the 5 were announced for the match. Right?
Yes, that's why I said I'd have to wait and see.
But yeah, I thought this was a feel-good moment. Totally unexpected here. And I'm just like, okay, it's not the best ladder match, but the outcome was unexpected and shocking. Right? Even I had to write in our little group chat, I'm like, did we just see the impossible happen? You're like, yes. Right?
Yes.
It's great. Can't wait to see Chelsea Green lose that title to Rhea Ripley when she returns. Oh yeah, I'm already counting her out in that one. Okay. Right? But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long Chelsea Green's title reign is. She could lose it on SmackDown this freaking coming week or this Friday. Doesn't change the fact that she won it here at SummerSlam. This moment can't be taken away. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So next we go to the comedy match of the night, and that was the Human Money's on a Pole match between Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio. Or Danhausen in the trash can, whatever you want to call it. A Human Money's on a Pole match. Who the hell booked this shit, Vince Russo?
No, he's in JCW.
But yeah, it was pretty much a bag of money hanging on a pole that these two were fighting over, right?
No.
And yeah, the first competitor to retrieve the freaking bag of money wins the match. Who cares, right? But anyway, freaking Danhausen was in control for a minute. Then Dominic was in control. And then freaking JD McDumbass came out, right? Or JD McDonut, whatever you want to call him, right? And JD came out to stop friggin' Danhausen from winning the match. Who cares? Then the Mini-Housens came out and attacked McDonough and Mysterio. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, Danhausen went for the bag of money again, only for McDumbass to stop him after taking care of the Mini-Housens and Torito-Hausen. Right?
Yes.
And then right in the middle of that beatdown, Joe Hendry came out. You say his name, he appears. Right? And Joe Hendry got payback for what happened to him on Raw when he freaking slammed a guitar in the McDumbass's back. Right?
Yep.
And then Dominic went, and of course the Trash Can and Danhausen were fighting on the turnbuckle, which Dominic was a dick to Danhausen's curses. I don't know how you would word that, right?
Yeah.
And it looked like freaking Dominic was going to win, only for freaking Danhausen be like, "You are cursed," and freaking pyro in the corner went off, causing freaking Dominic to land freaking on his Mysterios, right?
Yeah.
And Danhausen retrieved the bag of money to get the win. And then after the matchup, Danhausen and Joe Hendry were handing out money to the crowd and the commentary team. Your thoughts on this?
It was good.
Thought it was alright for what it was. It was more of the comedy relief match, but it is what it is. I didn't expect a 5-star classic or anything. Right? Anyway, we go on to the Intercontinental Championship match next. It was Penta defending against Chad Gable. Your boy, Chad Gable.
Nope.
And we know Chad Gable is your boy. I mean, you loved Chad Gable as El Grande Americano, didn't you?
Nope, that's you yet again.
Actually, no, that's another friend of ours, but okay, right? Of course, this match was back and forth. There really wasn't that big of an advantage until freaking Gable's shoulder got injured, which Penta was targeting. Right? Obviously, smart wrestling there. And of course,
Yeah.
I think it was Penta who performed the diving headbutt, but the pinfall did not. But he tried to do the pinfall, but shoulder was damaged, or it could have been Chad Gable that nailed it, whatever. And of course, these two were fighting. And of course, later on in the matchup, near the end of the match, Penta and Gable were fighting on the ring apron. And Penta was able to nail the Mexican Destroyer on the ring apron, got a 2 count, because Penta didn't get all of it. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, Penta tried the friggin' Mexican Destroyer in the middle of the ring once again, but Gable countered into an ankle lock. And after a struggle which almost saw Penta get to the ropes, Gable freaking pulled him back, grapevine the legs like what Kurt Angle used to do, and Penta tapped out. Submitted this. Gable won the Intercontinental Championship here. Your thoughts on this?
It was good.
I know you were happy that your boy Chad Gable won.
No, he freaking, that's his first singles title that he's ever won.
Yeah. For the entirety of the match, I thought it was okay. Afterwards, Chad Gable celebrated with his family in the ring. That and a beer mascot, whatever company that represented, came out and celebrated.
It was a root beer. It was for mug, not beer. It was root beer for mug because it was a pit bull.
Now I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, they gotta have their ad sponsorships somewhere. Am I right?
A plug.
But whatever, we go, and then we go to the main event of night 2, which was your favorite match. The world champion, our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, defending against Seth Rollins.
No. No, 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 no. Don't even put me in that sentence. Absolutely no.
This, oh, come on. You know you love this main event. It was two of your favorites facing off against each other, buddy.
No.
And of course, this story goes back to their Shield days, after Seth Rollins' friggin' turn on the Shield 12 years ago, and all their history in between now. And basically, it was a story of Roman Reigns never beat Seth Rollins in a one-on-one encounter. Basically, is what this was. Right?
No.
Even at the 2022 Rumble, Seth Rollins got the win over friggin' Reigns. Though via disqualification, it still counts. Reigns never beat Rollins yet. Right?
Yep.
And of course, both of them made their entrance. Seth Rollins came out, and even you were like, what the hell is Seth wearing? Right? Like usual. Right?
What in the pink pony club was he wearing?
Yeah. And then Reigns came out. Everyone acknowledged the tribal chief. But
Not me.
Especially you. You just don't want. You just did it in secret.
No, I will never, ever, and get this straight, ever acknowledge him.
Publicly.
No, not even fucking privately.
I mean, how would we know? You don't have anyone around you in privacy.
I do not like Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins.
Only when they're fighting Logan Paul.
Lesser of two evils.
You're like, that's beside the point. Right? Which, thank God, Logan Paul wasn't anywhere on this show, but still. Right?
Yes.
But anyway, these two started the match off back and forth in the ring. Eventually, they made their way out to the crowd. Out in the crowd, felt like an Attitude Era main event when they went out in the crowd. Which the referee didn't count them out. He's like, I'm giving them leeway. This is the main event. Screw it. Right? And then
the referees gave all of them leeway.
In Reigns suplex Rollins into a bunch of steel objects on the outside before slamming Rollins back first on the crowd on the exposed concrete, right? And of course, later on in the matchup, Rollins went for a spear.
And also, let me correct this: that when Roman Reigns always said that, Seth Rollins is the number one hater of him. No, sir. I am your number one hater.
Yeah.
Yeah, D2 and our friend Anthony are your number 1 and 2 butt kissers.
Should we talk? I'm not going to talk about the April show that we went to, because that's embarrassing, Mark.
Shut the fuck up, Mark.
Anyway, let's talk about this. On the outside,
put that finger down.
She's never.
I know you have it up right now, you Mark.
Yeah. Not to sound like John Cena, but you can't see me. You don't know what I'm doing.
I know exactly what you're doing. I have eyes everywhere.
Fine. What am I wearing?
Nothing.
Yeah, and
you're in nothing.
Yeah, and you're jealous. Wait, what?
Nah.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Anyway, can we go on to this? Can we talk about this match? Anyway, on the outside, Rollins got the advantage temporarily. Looked like Rollins was about to freaking go for a spear on the Reigns through the timekeeper area, but Rollins freaking reversed his shit, and Rollins got powerbombed to the Spanish announce table. Right? And of course, before Reigns could capitalize, Rollins then freaking reversed, fought back, and was able to powerbomb Reigns to the other end, to another announce table at ringside. Right?
The Michael Cole and Wade Barrett table.
And of course, both men got back into the ring before the count of 10. I think the ref was out of count of 9, which I know you wouldn't mind it, but everyone else would have been bullshitting if this match ended in a double count out. Right? And
I would have gave 2 fucks about it, but they both got in the ring at 9 and 9.9999999 in a half second.
Yep. And of course, freaking, it was at that point, Reigns and Rollins just stared down at each other before both of them just started trading punches back and forth. Freaking Rollins unintentionally knocked down the referee, whether it was intentional or not, I don't know. I don't know, but Rollins was whipped into the ropes, and just like Dean Ambrose or Moxley, Reigns ricocheted off the ropes, nailing freaking Reigns with a clothesline. Right?
You just said Reigns and Reigns. It was Rollins. God damn it!
We've been talking about a lot of matches on this show. God damn it!
Damn wrestler! God damn it!
Rollins ricocheted off the ropes like Dean Ambrose did and nailed the clothesline to Reigns, only for Reigns to respond.
Yes, he did the wacky arm. He did the fucking wacky clothesline that Dean Ambrose would do, or John Moxley, as he's known as now.
Yeah, and Reigns responded by nailing the Dirty Deeds DDT on the freaking Rollins. So both of them paid homage to the third Shield member who's no longer with the company.
Which you could say that kind of could be a little something that Dean Ambrose is coming back, because Dean has been seen, or Moxley has been seen talking to Triple H. So
that's the first time I heard about those rumors. When did they come around?
They've been going around.
And of course,
because he is upset with his freaking AEW contract.
Yeah. Anyway, Reigns then went for the spear afterwards, but Rollins freaking evaded, got out of the way, and Reigns nailed the referee instead, so a referee's down again. All right.
Well, Reigns also hit the referee with a Superman punch.
Yep. And here's the part where I'm like, okay, this train is falling off the tracks.
Oh, also, for you guys that want to know how to be a referee, you can buy the referee shirt at www.shop.com.
Okay, fine. You can buy the referee shirt on www.shop.com, and then every time someone just slightly pokes, you can just play dead for 20 minutes. That's how you be a ref in WWE, apparently. Right?
Yeah, you can pretend you have paper skin and glass bones.
But anyway, referee was down, and here's where I felt like the match was going to be derailed and be thrown off the tracks. Rollins got out of the ring, grabbed a steel chair, and looked like
it wasn't Rollins that grabbed the steel chair. It was Reigns that grabbed the steel chair.
Rollins introduced the dang chair. I seen the match. He was playing mind games with Roman.
The steel chair in the ring. Reigns was the one that got the damn steel chair from outside.
Yeah, and then right when it looked like Reigns was about to freaking nail Rollins in the back with a chair, Reigns was like, nope. Decided to toss the chair out. Right?
Yeah, Reigns was going to hit Rollins with the damn chair to freaking... Because Rollins was laying on the damn ropes, and he was going to hit him with the damn chair like he did in fucking 2012.
Yeah, but either way, freaking those two continued.
Reigns literally said, "Screw it."
It's like, toss the
Freaking
chair.
threw the chair out. And then he's like, "Oh no, this is just me and you," because Rollins was saying, "Oh, so the bloodline's gonna come out and attack me because the referee was down."
Like usual.
And Reigns was saying, "No, it's just me and you. I got to do this myself."
Mono to mono, right? For once, right?
Yes.
And of course, friggin' this resulted, I believe, in Reigns nailing Rollins with a Superman punch, but Rollins freaking countered a spear into the pedigree, right?
He freaking reversed the spear into a stomp.
Yeah, and then Rollins.
And then Reigns went for it. Then Reigns attempted to do the spear again, which got reversed into the pedigree.
And of course, Rollins went up to the top rope. After that, looked like he was going to go for a super stomp, but Reigns got out of the way and connected with a spear, right? And then shortly afterwards, Reigns was like, "Nah, I ain't going for the pin. I'm going to go for another spear," which he nailed on the freaking Rollins to get the pinfall win and retain the world championship, which I know you hated, but at this point, you didn't really care about the outcome, right?
Exactly.
And of course, after the match, Reigns and Rollins showed respect to one another by doing the Shield fist bump to end the show with, ending the 12-year rivalry against each other. I know you don't like Rollins, and I know you hate Reigns, but your thoughts on this match, because I thought it was the best match of the night. And not just because who was in it, is because the story they told and how long the match was.
Okay.
And yeah, with the rivalry over and the teases of the maneuvers that they used and the apparent rumors that you know about, with Mox possibly returning, what could this mean in the future? Does this mean that Reigns will eventually feud with returning Ambrose here? Who knows?
Well, right now he's gonna probably be feuding with LA Knight because he was saying, "Oh yeah, you can come at me or whatever." Moxley could come back after his contract ends.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of possibilities to go from here if those rumors are to be believed. I think LA Knight does deserve a world title match against Reigns because we know those two have history. And our little rivalry that has yet to be settled. So yeah, here's the part of the review that I always call our favorite part of the review, and that's our rating system and final grade. So, night one, Liv Morgan defeating Io Sky to retain the Women's World Championship. I gave that one 3 3/4 out of 5.
4.
LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa defeating the Usos and Jacob Fatu. I gave that one 3 1/4 out of 5.
4.5.
Gunther defeating Nick Aldis. I gave that one 3.5 out of 5.
3.
Fatal Influence.
No, 4.
Okay. Fatal Influence defeating the Bella Twins and Paige in that 6-woman tag. I gave that one 3 out of 5.
3.5.
CM Punk defeating Cody Rhodes to retain the WWE Championship. I gave that one 4 out of 5.
5.
Obafemi defeating Brock Lesnar in that Hell in a Cell main event for night 1. I gave that one a solid 5 out of 5.
4.5. It could have been better.
Okay. And for night 2, Kevin Owens winning that number 1 contenders fatal 4-way match. I gave that one 4 out of 5.
4.5.
Baron Corbin defeating Trick Williams to win the United States Championship. I gave that one 3.5 out of 5.
That's decent back and forth. So Baron Corbin was Lash Legend's attorney. So you could say that Lash Legend's attorney was going up against her husband?
Yeah, I guess so. Chelsea Green winning the interim women's championship in that 5-way ladder match. I gave that one 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, yeah.
All right. Danhausen defeating Dominic Mysterio in that Human Money's on a Pole match. I gave that one 3 out of 5.
3.5.
Chad Gable defeating Penta to win the Intercontinental Championship. I gave that one 3 3/4 out of 5.
4.
And of course, the main event of night 2, which saw Roman Reigns defeat Seth Rollins to retain the World Championship. I gave that one 5 out of 5.
Even though I hate to do this for either one of them, I have to give them their just desserts. They got a 5 out of 5.
Yep. So, my personal final grade for SummerSlam 2026 as a whole for both nights is an A minus.
Plus.
Well, you gave it an A plus?
Yes.
So yeah, what matches would I recommend for this one? I would recommend the Hell in a Cell match between Obafemi and Brock. I would recommend the WWE title match between Punk and Rhodes. The women's title ladder match I would also recommend. And of course, the Rollins and Reigns world title match.
For me, it'll be Punk, the ladder match, Intercontinental match, and the Corbin match.
Yep. So now, that's our thoughts and review. That's our thoughts, review, and final grade for SummerSlam 2026. So now, it is my turn for what we're going to be watching literally later on this week for the classic pay-per-view review.
Don't scare me.
You know how I said, be afraid. Be very afraid. Oh, and you tried your best to try to figure out what event I'm thinking of, and, well, when you told me what you were thinking of, all of those are wrong.
No, I said it could be. I never said what it was.
Well, you said could be, but it wasn't any of the events that you picked. Or thought of. You know, this is the beginning of August. It's still summertime. And even though we had this year's SummerSlam come and gone, I'm still thinking about reviewing an old SummerSlam event.
Okay.
And I'm going back a whole lot of years. Oh, and you're going to hate me for this, and I already fucking know you will. Because when it comes to the main event for this one, I got 2 words for you. King Mabel. Your favorite King of the Ring winner.
That's not a bad one.
And for this particular one, he faces Kevin Nash or Diesel for the WWE Championship. Yes, I'm going back to SummerSlam 95 for us to review. You know that match where Nash almost got his back broken.
That wasn't bad.
Oh, but
yeah, the title match was shit.
I mean, what people consider the only good match in this card was Michaels versus Ramon for the Intercontinental title in the ladder match, the rematch from WrestleMania 10. That's the match that saved this event, basically.
They had some decent ones.
We had Michaels versus Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental Championship in the ladder match. Of course, the stinker that was Diesel and King Mabel for the WWE title. Now let's see what we got here. We had Triple H making his pay-per-view debut against Bob Holly, of all people. Or how about the Smoking Guns taking on the Blue Brothers, aka DOA? Right?
Yeah.
Or how about Barry Horowitz taking on Skip, aka Chris Candido? Right?
Yeah.
Or how about The Undertaker and Kama going one-on-one against each other in a casket match?
That was a decent match.
Oh, you know what wasn't a decent match? Bret Hart versus Isaac Yankem. Glenn Jacobs back then deserved so much better than what he was given, but at least it would be a couple years before he struck gold. Right? With a character change. Right?
In 97.
Yep. Oh, and how about your woman, Bertha Faye, taking on Alundra Blaze for the Women's Championship?
That was when Alundra, if I remember correctly, trashed the title.
Yeah, it was that same year, just a couple months later. But yeah.
Because she'd be going to WCW and become Medusa.
The only reason I was laughing is because of King Mabel in main event, because last time we seen a pay-per-view with King Mabel in it, it was brain-numbingly bad.
Yeah, but the fucking event that was shit on that one was the it was the title match which Diesel retained, but almost broke his back because of Mabel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was decent.
I was trying to get you to say, fuck you, you piece of shit, I ain't watching that shit, and you actually say, oh, it wasn't that bad. What the hell?
It really wasn't.
I was expecting you to freak out and be like, no. God damn it. Well, looks like I'm going to have to try again next pick. So yeah, later on this week, we'll be watching and reviewing King of the Ring, or not King of the Ring, Jesus Christ, SummerSlam 95. Speaking of King of the Ring, I never want to watch King of the Ring 95 ever again.
I know one that'll make you say no.
Damn, I should have went with King of the Ring 94. But then again, I think you actually were one of the weird people who liked Undertaker versus Undertaker.
It was a decent match.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
If you wanted to see a decent match where The Undertaker took on somebody who used the same maneuvers as him, watch Taker versus Kane. You don't need to see Taker versus Taker.
Oh, no, you say you're going to SummerSlam 95. Yes. You want to know something that's worse than that?
Probably your next picks. So, and I know for a fact you ain't gonna say that here.
One of the worst events that I could remember was of 93.
Damn, I forgot about how shit 93 was, only because I like to avoid it. That better not be your next pick. I am not watching Taker versus Gonzalez 2. And I'm not gonna watch Lex Luger winning the main event via countout and celebrating like he fucking won the lottery. That was dumb. Ah,
Okay,
shit.
I'm saying it right now. My next pick is SummerSlam of '93.
Motherfucker's gonna kill me. I try to give him an event that's shit, and he raised me with a dumpster fire the following week. Motherfucker's you're gonna be the death of me, I swear.
Hey, you said you wanted me to say no. No, boy, you will be watching '93, which was pretty bad.
Yeah, next week after 95 this week. Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, that's my pick, guys. You already know, and I will reiterate that it's my pick at the end of this week.
Great.
He wants to give me crap. I raise you worse than Heroes of Wrestling, which was '93.
At least the Taker and Gonzalez match from SummerSlam 93 actually had a pinfall decision, not a DQ again. Wait, didn't you just have me watch a Great Khali match? You're making me watch that again, just in a different era. Jesus. Fuck off.
Yes, I made you watch SummerSlam of '07.
Damn. I should have gone with SummerSlam 08.
Which was Batista versus the Great Khali for the world title. Now I'm going to be making you because you thought that I hated a freaking '95, which I know for a fact was actually a decent show, except for the main event, which was a title match.
Almost every WWE show from 95 is considered crap, except for Survivor Series. Which we have yet to review, by the way, but we'll see how well that holds up when we get there.
Which I'll probably pick Survivor Series of '95 for in November, because I want to keep that. That one was decent. It wasn't bad per se.
Of course, Survivor Series 95 is known for Bret Hart winning the championship off of Diesel and Taker debuting as Phantom of the Opera mask.
Yes.
So there's that to look forward to when we get there. Whenever that is. Whenever that'll be. Alright?
Yes.
But fuck. God damn, I tried to give you King of the Ring or SummerSlam 95 I consider a shit event, and you're just sitting there all happy. And be like, hey, that's a good event. Here's a shit event for next week, early announced. Fuck off.
Yes, but if you would have said '93, then yes.
God damn it, I think I'm thinking about 93. I should have went with 93. Whatever. Either way, both 95 and 93 will be reviewed this week and next week, god damn it.
That's why I said, oh, you really want to do this to me? Okay.
Anyway.
So yeah, here, the '93.
Oh, I'm going to have to think of something in retaliation that we haven't even done yet. Jesus Christ. Anyway, wish us luck for the next review and the review afterwards. So until then, we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Yeah, this was the rematch of what happened at, I think, Mania for Gonzalez versus Taker.
I swear to God, my brain's going to be melting watching these two shows. Anyway, wish us luck for the next 2 weeks, more specifically me, and we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Well, I think this is the first time I announced mine in a while during your pick.
In advance, is the first time that's happened, asshole. So until then, we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Deuces.